Yeah. What's up, YouTube? We're here with the Mad Hatter, the Mermail player, JP. He's gonna show us his Mermail deck profile because he's got lots of money and shit. So let's get right into the profile. Start with like monsters or whatever.
Alright. So monsters. Mermail Glacier,
Makes sense.
obviously.
No, actually, I'm confused. Explain. No.
You want me to? I
No,
can.
I'll pass. I'm good.
Alright, so for mermails, we only have 6 mermails. 2 megalo. Some people do run like what they call an OTK variant where they run like 3 megalo, 3 land, and 3 sphere, but
Yeah.
it gets too much, and I like 2 megalo.
Alright, 2 preference, sure.
2 land,
Yeah, like
Same
you
reason.
said before.
preference. 2 pike. Some people actually don't even run pike. I don't
What?
know why. I was looking at some of the decks from YCS and from the most recent YCS, and actually some of the Mermail decks didn't even have a pike in it. I can't explain why. I really have no reason, but I mean this card's just really good for pulling like an Undyne or a Marksman that you can use to pull, summon a Megalo. Next we have the Atlanteans.
Makes sense.
3
This
Dragoons.
is Mermail Atlantean.
3 Dragoons. These guys are your Surgers, so no less than 3.
They're like Stratos.
Exactly. 3 Marksmen. You can run 2 Marksmen. I personally like it. This is another preference card because you can run either 2 or 3. It works well either 2 or 3. I like 3 because I like blowing up back row and sets. So again, it's another preference card.
Okay.
2 infantry. You don't need any more than 2. Blow up face-ups.
Yeah. And you can double summon.
Yep. 3 Diva. Again, this is another preference card. You can run either 2 or 3. The guy who took second at YCS Seattle ran 2 Diva because he said his reasoning was that 3 Diva is cloggy, but I like 3 Diva. And I guess.
Plus,
yeah,
what does he know? He got second place.
what does he know? But I like 3 Diva.
All right.
So. Next we have the Undyne engine. I freaking hate this engine so much.
What?
Just because if you draw into a controller, then you only have 1 Undyne to use. And
Or you
it's
could run
kinda
3
retarded.
controller. Did you consider running
You
3
could
of
run
this
3
guy?
controller, and then you could have a cloggy deck, but
Oh, okay. So it's
but you
close.
could do that.
Whatever,
but-
man. I'm just making that suggestion.
No, I know. I mean, it's just, I just don't.
Stop
I personally
hating me.
don't like
Stop
the engine
hating.
because it's like agents. You can use the
Racist.
agents. You can use the crystal ball whether it's in your hand or your deck. So I mean, I would have no problem with the Undyne engine. if
Mystic
you
Shine
could.
Ball, the Crystal Ball.
I would have no problem with this engine if you could like use a controller.
What
from
does
your
she look
hand.
like? Crystal Ball, my ass. Hey, this thing looks like a freaking retard. So
And then
Pop off.
1 Trag.
One?
I get a lot of crap for not running hand traps
From who?
from you,
Oh,
and
they're pretty good.
I don't like.
Not that many.
The
though.
hand traps
It's
a
like
lot.
Doors and Trag.
I was running 2 track before, but I hated drawing into it.
How could you hate
And-
drawing Trag?
Because when you have no cards in hand and you play a trag, cool.
So that's what
zero
yours
attack and
is.
defense trag.
All right, whatever.
So that's that.
All right, so spells.
Alright. Spells we have
Yeah.
3 MST.
Any.
You can in the main deck you can run 2 if you want. Some people run Allure instead of the 3rd MST. I prefer running a 3rd MST because I don't like having to deal with back row. So this guy lets me blow up with another back row.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times during late game, I find that I end up actually using my controller.
Yeah.
So I don't really like just arbitrarily tossing cards.
Makes sense.
Next we have the Trifecta. Heavy, Dark Hole, and Monster Reborn. Standard.
Seems pretty standard. I mean, you run those in every deck.
Standard staples.
Ever.
Except for Gravekeepers, then you don't run Monster Reborn. Pot. It's just +1 plus all the monsters that you get to
Yep.
put in your deck.
You get to recycle everything. do it again.
This is the only thing that I have to put controllers back into my deck to reuse the Undyne engine.
Yeah.
And if we get it early game, it's just worthless. One salvage. You can
Only
run
one?
two. You can run two. Two, I think, is too much because I end up drawing one early game, or end up drawing like two early game, and it's literally just a dead draw. So I mean, you only really need one for
Okay.
what I like cycle plays,
Sure.
and then one mind control. The same guy who took second at YCS Seattle, he ran Soul Taker instead of mind control.
Yeah. Have you tried Soul Taker?
I haven't been able to. I've been trying Soul Taker online, and I like it a lot because it lets me get rid of first turn Thunder Kings.
More than mind control?
I like it more than mind control, but mind control does have its uses because you can just take your opponent's monster and then Synchro or Yugioh summon.
Yeah.
And I mean, they both have their uses, but I would personally just find Soul Taker to be more useful against Thunder King or big beaters that, Megalo can't get over.
Alright, so, traps.
Alright, I don't know why this is there.
This is how we won games.
No, I do not run.
Wait, what card is it that wins games?
I do not run that
Magic
cylinder.
Cylinder? I
I do
believe
not
it.
run that card.
It's beaten me before. It's, some asshole plays it.
2 sphere. Like I said,
Yeah,
you can
mentioned
run
that
3
before.
if you want, but 2 is enough. I mean, you do want to draw this card. Like, it's really good to draw this card in Mermails because you
What
can...
if you just search it with Megalo?
Exactly. You could search it with Megalo too, but, like, you want to have it on the field to get, like, Lind or Spot Pike or whatever.
Yeah.
Just, it makes plays. 2 Torrential. Just Torrential. Just clear the
Obviously a
field.
good card.
Clear the field.
It's so good they brought it to 2.
2 Mirror Force and a Compulse.
Alright.
Previously, I was running 3 Water Art Ois
Yeah,
instead
you
of
were.
these. I was, but I don't like Water Art Oi because even though you get to clear some of your opponent's hand, you immediately lose field presence, and I absolutely hate not having field presence because this deck is already defenseless as it is.
Because you don't run off hand traps.
I don't run any hand traps because I don't like hand traps.
No, I understand why you don't run Oi. Makes sense. A lot of people run a Mirror Force, and
Yeah.
Compulse is obviously good.
Compulse to get rid of Yugioh summons, and these guys I like because they again help with against Thunder Kings and just big guys that Megalo can't beat over.
Yeah. Alright, so, extra deck.
Alright. Extra deck.
Dave, what are you doing?
What is this? What is this doing here? Dave, what are you?
That's his.
Alright. Synchros, we have 1 Armory Arm.
Yeah.
Diva into Diva, or no, you can't do Diva. Diva into Infantry, attached to Megalo, and just beat over.
Shit over.
Yeah. 1 Librarian. Librarian's only really good if your opponent makes a Cataster, but I don't know. I haven't
Synchros a lot.
or if your opponent synchros a lot, but I've never really made Librarian. I might take it out for something else, but I don't know. I'm just keeping it at Librarian right now.
Yeah.
Cataster.
Yep.
Just it's Cataster. I really don't need to explain it. You just beat over anything that is not dark. DeLorean.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't liking DeLorean very much because I was never making him, but I started doing. I mean, I started like realizing the plays that you can make with him, like Pop Sphere or Play Sphere, summon Megalo, get DeLorean on the field, bring back the Megalo in the Sphere, and then you have a 3K beater.
Yeah. I gotcha.
1 Black Rose, just as like a dark.
Yeah, you make Synchros, that's like the best one.
Yeah, nuke the field. Gungner, I love this card so much.
Pretty good.
He should have been banned along with Bryanak, but he's just so good. If your opponent, if you can get it to the point where your opponent is like top decking, then you basically just like won.
Yeah.
One Scrap Dragon.
Yep. Makes sense.
Just because of Scrap Dragon, and then 1 Mistworm. I like Mistworm because I find myself needing not really needing, but being able to make a level 9 Synchro a lot. And even though he's only 2,500, you can just return.
You go for game with him.
Yeah, you can go for game with him. He's really
Where are the
good.
black cards? Where are the...
All right, Xyz. One Gachi. Gachi's good just for stalling.
Yeah,
That's about it.
gotcha.
Zenmains. Again, another stall card. Or you can, if you wanted to like suicide.
It's not stall, it's slowing the game down to a pace you're comfortable.
Zenmains slowing the pace down to where.
Alright, whatever. Next card, everybody knows what
Suicide.
Zenmains does.
Tempo.
Yep. To get
Good
over
against,
Zenmains.
yeah, get over Zenmains. Leviathan. A lot of people actually don't know that you can, if you Xyz a marksman with him, you can detach the marksman to blow up a back row because Leviathan's water. Abyss Dweller.
Yep. Rank
Mirror
4.
matches, Dark Worlds,
Shit
level
like that.
4 or rank 4. Abyss Skyos. Abyss Skyos is good, but he requires both Megalos to make, and that's kind of a big investment.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, he can have his uses, but I don't know. Sometimes he seems like too much of an investment for.
Beefy though.
I know he is.
What is it?
2,800 attack. His effect is really good. But,
You know, Shining 32.
Blue eyes is better.
and last one's Big Eye.
Alright.
I find myself making Big Eye infinitesimally more than I make Gaios because of the fact that Big Eye can just take your opponent's monster and then just swing with it. And
Yeah.
like I find myself a lot of the time just like if I have like a Tragodia
You do get like
in my hand and Megalo in my graveyard, and opponent has like a Gorge or some big beater on their field, they attack me. I play Trag, make Trag the same level as Megalo, Monster Reborn the Megalo, and then overlay to Big Eye. Big Eye take the their monster and then just push
Alright,
forward.
yeah. Alright, so anything else you want to say, talk about this deck, whatever, shoutouts, something, I don't know, like before this video ends.
Shout out to my friend Nico for playtesting with me.